Good morning, crafty stampers! It's a crafty chick, or good afternoon or good evening whenever you're watching this video. It's Stamping Up with a Crafty Chick time. So I'm going to show you what we're doing today. We are going to make a mini book. And these are the items that you're going to need. You're going to need one 12 by 12 inch piece of cardstock. You're going to need a paper cutter or scissors. You're going to need a paper scoring tool, some adhesive, anything you can get your hands on, glue, double-sided tape, snail tape, tear and tape, whatever you're comfortable with, bone folder or a ruler or something that you can use to press your scoring lines, and some embellishments. Now we're not going to need the embellishments for this video segment, but you are going to need them for the second one. And as always, I highly advise you to watch the video from beginning to end before trying to attempt to make the project, because I will discover things sometimes halfway through the video and say, oh, by the way, you could have done something differently. Or if you just want to go through the bumps with me, that's fine too. Now, I have done this already a couple times, so I think I've got the bumps smoothed out. And this is what we're going to make. This is not 100% finished. We will complete it in the second video. I just wanted to show you what this is going to look like. It is a mini book, and it opens up. And I've made pockets here. Now these I put on to decorate the entire bottom with the matching. These are double-sided paper from the Share What You Love series of designer paper. But here I did not glue the top. I thought maybe I can slip a little something in there. So I played with it a little bit to make some extra pockets. So here's some pockets. And you do not have to decorate it with paper unless you want to put designer paper, or if you have a 12 by 12 sheet of the designer series paper, it's thick enough. You could definitely use this to make the spine of the book. But I chose to do it in a solid color in rich raspberry. That way I could add whatever paper I wanted to. And so I used both sides of the paper, and if you see, like, so I tried to coordinate without using the same piece on every page. But more pockets and more pockets. And again, some of these are pockets. And then that's the back, which I didn't do anything with yet. This is what it looks like on the back, which again, I have not finished it. But I wanted to do enough to show you this is what it's going to look like when we're done. Are you ready? Let's get crafting. I'll put my DSP away. I would have used this, but you know what? I wasn't really thinking about using the large, 12 by 12 for a project, and I usually cut my DSP into 6 by 6 pieces as soon as I get them. Apologies for that. I forgot to get the paper that we're going to need to make this project. Okay. One sheet. So to give you an overview before we start, and I have to make this a little bit higher. Am I going in the right direction? I sure am. All right. I'm getting a hang of this camera thingy. I make it sound like it's a newfangled thing. Oh yeah, I got a camera. They just came out last year. Um, okay. We are going to score this on the 3, 6, and 9 line. And just to confuse you, we're going to turn it around and score it in different places. So most of the time when I was researching this, other people made these. So I kind of did a combination of what other people did and made it my own. They score 369, 369. And some people do that with an extra score here. Well, I found on my book that by doing that extra score, I ended up with that on the back. Ignore that. That's too much glue, which I won't be using that glue again. It was not Stampin' Up! Glue, so. Anyway, see, there's an extra score line back here. So what if I didn't want to decorate the back? To me, that looks kind of hokey. So I was trying to figure out a way not to get that, and I think I did. So we're going to experiment, and we are going to find out if what works in my head works in real life. So let's get out our scoring tool, and we have to stretch out the arm. Boop! So let's see. Now, measuring this from this line out to here should be 12 inches. That's how you know you have the right piece of paper. And if you turn it this way, it should be 12 inches. Now, if you have a piece of cardstock or designer paper that comes 12 by 12 pre-cut, then you're good to go. Or if you got it from a paper pad or something. But if you somehow, I've never seen this, but anything's possible. If you get a piece of paper that's larger than 12 by 12 and you want to cut it down, that's what you need to do. Use my scoring tool. If you're using the stamper, you're going to want to use this one to cut and this one to score. So you just move this one out of the way, all the way down, like that. Just keep it in its little spot. You don't have to take it off. That's why this extends past the point of the paper. So whichever one you're not using, you can just rest it away from the paper. So we're going to use the light gray one to score. Okay. We're going to first set this right here. You want that on your 9-inch line. Okay. And if your number is like this, where the number is here and then the line is behind the number, oh boy, that autofocus isn't working at all. Anyway, it goes on the bold long line next to the number. Since there's a lot of numbers, and I mean a lot of lines next to each number, just want to make sure you understand. Okay, then we're going to score it. Now my paper is super duper thick, so I'm going to go over it a couple times. I like to be able to see where it is. I don't like to have to find the hidden score lines. So that's a good score line. If you can see it, then it's a good score. Now we're going to go to the 6 mark. So we're going to cut this in 3-inch increments and score. And then we're going to go to the 3-inch. Now I know a lot of people repeat things. I'm going to try not to be repetitive and go over the same thing over and over for those who understand it the first time. For those who don't, utilize the rewind button and replay it as many times as you need to until you get it. The first time I made one of these, I had to rewind the video like 4 times to figure out how to fold it at the end because it was way confusing. So I figured out a better way so it's not so confusing. Okay, now this way is, we're going to do it this way to make the pockets. If you don't want to make the pockets, that's a different video. So we are going to do this to make the pocket. This is going to be on the 2-inch line, not the 3-inch, the 2-inch. Okay. And the reason I'm not repeating things a lot, I don't know if I said this, so it'll be ironic, I guess, if I repeat the reason why I don't repeat things. I understand that people's time is precious. Okay, so here's the 2-inch mark again. Score. And I appreciate every minute that you guys give me every day. And if your lives are as busy as mine, you don't have time to watch an hour-long video. So I try to keep these videos short and to the point without a lot of chit-chat. Okay, now what we're going to do here is we're going to find the 6-inch mark, and we're going to score it at the 6-inch. So it should look like this with all the scoring. You're done with your scoring tool. Put that aside. Now what we want to do is fold the paper on the scores where you scored it. I have a bone folder, so this is what the bone folder looks like. And you can use this, you can use a ruler. If you have a good thumbnail, you can use your thumb, finger, back of the scissors, whatever you can find that is going to press but not rip your paper. Maybe the handle of a dull knife, whatever you can find. And you don't have to score it in the same order I am. Just make sure that you score every line. I mean that you, I'm sorry, burnish is the correct terminology, that you burnish every score line. And if you need time to do this, pause the video, do your burnishing, and then start playing it again. That's the beauty of the videos, you know. That's what I love about doing online videos to learn projects, because I can go at my own pace and I'm not slowing down the class. Okay. Most classes only go as fast as the slowest person, so I don't want to be that person. These are going to be your pockets. Okay, that's how we got these little babies. I forgot to seal that side. We'll do. Anyway, that's how we get our pockets. Okay. So before we do that, how do I want to do this? No, we want to seal our pockets first. Yes. Because if we don't, we might tear the paper. Okay. So you've got your 2-inch score line. So you are going to put glue or tape on each side, okay? Just right here, that's it. And I'm going to use the tear and tape so you can see exactly where I'm doing it. And I love this. You know, it's called tear and tape because, boop, you tear it. You don't need a pair of scissors. You know, I only have 2 hands, not 3, so I don't like to be fumble. I want to fumble for a pair of scissors while I'm trying to do tape, you know. Okay, and now you're going to turn it around and do the other side that's 2 inches, okay? This side and this side. So you'll see once I put the tape on, because I love that it's bright white. You can see exactly where your tape is. Now, I liked all the other kinds of adhesives, but I made that one a little short. So guess what? I'm going to tear the extra piece off this one and fill it in over here. No waste, ever, ever, ever. Okay. Now I'm going to have, it should look like this. You should have a piece of tape or glue at each end. Okay. Sometimes I like to use my bone folder to rub the tape in. Make sure it's on there good and tight. I don't have nails, so if I can do this, it's pretty easy to do. That's another reason why I burnish it. It helps make it easier for the backing to come off. I say that as I'm struggling to find that with my finger because the other piece was covering it, but most times it's pretty easy. You're going to take that piece that has the sticky and fold it in. Make sure it's pressed down good and it's sticking, and then you're going to repeat that with the other side. So this is what it should look like. That makes your pockets. Ta-da! Magic. The next thing we're going to do is fold it this way so the pockets are on the outside part. Because this is going to be how you're going to have it anyway in the end. Okay. Now we're going to cut, but we're only going to cut from here to here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 squares, right? Each of them is 3 inches long. You're only going to cut 3 squares. You're going to start here, cut through this square. You can't even see what I'm doing because this is kind of dark. Okay, you're going to start here. Let's do a close-up. I forgot I have this fancy thing called a close-up. All right, you've got 1 3-inch square, another 3-inch square, another 3-inch square, and another, because 3 divided by, 3 into 12 is 4, right? So you should have 4 sections, 3 inches each. So you're going to cut 3 of those 4 sections, leaving the only one that you're going to leave uncut is going to be on this end or this end. It doesn't really matter which end. You're just going to leave one of the ends. So start cutting and stop at this score line. Okay, you can use your scissors or you can use your paper trimmer, whatever. I'm using scissors because it's just faster that way for me. If your hand is not steady, whatever works for you best. So then it should look like this. Okay, if it doesn't look like this, you'll need to rewind the video and see where you went wrong. Our next step is we're going to flip this over so you don't see the pockets. And I want you to write an X. The 2 pieces that are connected, mark them with an X. Or somehow. Okay? Those are the pieces that you're going to glue together. All right? Now, I've seen other videos where people fold them this way, that way, and you make all kinds of different designs like this, and they explain it. And it dawned on me after making 3 of these that if I mark the spot I want to glue together, I don't have to worry about what it looks like, what shape, which folds go where, to figure out what gets taped. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just tape the ones that you marked. So that's what I'm going to do. Again, with my favorite adhesive, tear and tape. I try to stay away from glue because to me, there's never enough glue to keep something together, and then it oozes out the side. So glue is not the best tool for me to use to adhere things together. Now, after you make a couple of these, you may find that you don't want to seal this part because you want to use it as a pocket. And you'll see what I mean when we're done. But I prefer to do that only because I want my center, my spine, to be as strong as possible. And we'll have plenty of other places to make pockets, trust me. Oh, come on, fingernails. Okay. Wow, I could really use a scoring, a little pokey tool right now. There we go. Yep, really use a pokey tool right now. Okay. Then when you're done putting your glue or adhesive or whatever, just pop those two pieces together. Okay. And when I talk about other people's videos, I'm not trying to down them or lift myself up by insulting them or anything like that. I'm just letting you know that, I didn't invent the wheel. I just decided to do it a little differently. Okay. So there's so many other people out there that you could follow, and I just appreciate that you follow me. So please don't take offense. I don't mean to say it that way. Okay. We're going to take the pieces, so it should look like this now. Those pieces are together. So you want to lay it flat. This is going to be the middle. And you can start on any side you want, but I'm starting on my right side. So if this is upside down, backwards, the way I'm filming it, it might look like my left. And then I'm just folding it. So I'm doing a valley and peak fold, opposite. And then I'm going to push that down, take this piece and fold it that way, and then take the next piece and fold it that way. So basically every other sheet is folded the same way. And it will look like this, like two M's, an M&M book. Boop. There you go. That is the spine of your book. That's the basis of the book. So now we're going to be ready to decorate it. And I like to keep my videos short and put them in segments so people have time to view them when they want. And that way you don't have to go back through a 2-hour video and figure out where you left off. So this is part 1, how you actually make the book. And if you're interested in decorating it, then move on to video 2. And thanks so much for spending time with me. I know your time is very valuable, and I really appreciate that you decided to watch my video and create with me today. And this is aCraftyChick wishing you a wonderful day and happy crafting. And all my links are below in the description. Thanks. Have a great day.